Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get the best FPS in Fortnite. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's start over here. So, as far as window mode, use full screen. So basically, you can use windowed if you really want to, but as you can see, it makes my game look kind of weird. I get less FPS, more input delay, and it's overall just not very good. Windowed full screen, I don't know why you would use it, but you can, if for some reason you can't use full screen, use windowed full screen. Now resolution, I'd recommend either 1920 by 1080 or 2560 by 1440 if you have the option. And now let's go to frame rate limit. So the general advice is to put this one higher than your monitor refresh rate. So basically, your monitor, let's say your monitor refresh rate is 60 Hz, put it on 120. Now, brightness, so this is just a personal preference. You can use 100% no colorblind mode, that works perfectly fine, but I do 50% Tritone 10. It just makes the grass greener, and I've heard that it makes it easier to see llamas. That may or may not be true, I don't know. Now, auto set quality. Do not, I repeat, do not ever press this, because it usually just spits out random settings that kill your FPS. And it turns on motion blur, which I'll talk about later. It's not a good setting. So yeah, while we're here, I suppose the quality presets, I wouldn't recommend using these, as you should adjust them by yourself. So let's just start at the top. View distance. Turn this on Epic. It improves your FPS. Even though Epic says it actually makes it improve performance, but it doesn't. If you have it lower, it doesn't improve performance. It actually makes it worse for some reason. Now, shadows, I would highly recommend turning these off. They make your FPS worse, and if you have them on, it makes it harder to see. Anti-aliasing. Now, if you can and still get good FPS, I would recommend turning anti-aliasing on high or epic, because otherwise edges look really weird. Textures. Put this on a high or epic. It makes your game look better, and it doesn't make your FPS worse. It actually makes it better, and gives you less input delay. Because, as far as what I understand, it basically makes it so that your GPU does more work, because Fortnite is extremely CPU heavy. You can open your task manager while playing, but I can pretty much guarantee you that your CPU is going to be at relatively high usage. However, what won't be is your GPU. So put textures on higher epic to just make your GPU work a bit more. Effects, I would highly recommend turning these on though. They just don't do anything. And they also give you more input delay and less FPS. Post-processing. This doesn't help your graphics much, and it also just doesn't look nice, so turn it off. Vsync. If you are going to use this, do not do it through Epic. Sometimes, for some PCs, it doesn't lag, and it is perfectly fine to use, but for others, it can give you a lot of input delay. My frames are locked on 60 from the Epic settings, but basically what Vsync does is it locks your frame rate to your monitor. Well, it used to. It used to lock your frame rate to your monitor refresh rate, so like mine is 144. It does make your game feel smoother, so experiment with it, but I wouldn't turn it on. Motion blur, turn this off. Unless for some reason you want it, turn motion blur off. It could confuse you because you might think you saw someone somewhere and then they're actually over here because it blurred. So yeah. Show FPS, turn this on, you want to see your FPS. Rendering mode. Now, performance mode is what I primarily use, as it gives you a lot more frames. But switch between DX12 and DX11. You can also use performance mode if you want. Now, allow multi-threaded rendering. The rule is if you have 4 or more cores in your CPU, you can check by hitting Control-Alt-Delete and going to your task manager. So, for instance, Control-Alt-Delete. Might take a sec to load, but then preparing security options, this just means it's loading. Task manager, you might not be able to see it, but if I just wait for task manager to load. Screen might be black right now. Oh, no, it's just recording Fortnite. Yeah, so now I will open up task manager. And as you can see, or you might not be able to. No, you can't see. You guys can't see it, but if I look here, it says i5 10400F, and you should see at the bottom where it says base speed, socket scores, it'll say course. I have 6, so I want to turn it on. If you have less than 4, not 4 or less, turn it off. Use GPU crash debugging. Unless you have a lot of crashing for your game, turn this off. Now you might think we're done at the video area, but we're not. If you actually go into Game UI, turn your HUD scale down a little bit because it actually improves your frames. You don't want to turn it down all the way to low, as then you can barely see. It's in the bottom right, but it's really hard to see everything. So I put it on 94 because you don't have to turn it down that much. But yeah, it just helps with your frames a little bit. So yeah. Also, there's not going to be any. There are tons of other optimization videos for like your PC outside of the game. This is just going to be for inside of the game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And also, one last thing. What just happened? Okay, there we go. My game was stretched. 3D resolution. Now, I would recommend having this on 100% just because even if I lower it to like 80, my game does not even look close to as nice. Now, if you have a bad PC, you can turn this on low. But I would recommend turning it on 100% because it doesn't really make your FPS a lot better, even if you have it on a lower one. So, like, if I just uncap my frames, I still have Vsync on. Let me put it on 100. Look straight up. Max FPS is. Oh wait. Yeah, max FPS is on 240. 259. So 259. Keep in mind I'm on DX12. You'll get more FPS looking into the sky with the performance mode. Now let's say I put it all the way down to 0. Okay, I do get significantly more FPS looking into the sky and going around, but look at my game. This looks horrible. Like, I probably couldn't even see someone if they're like 50 meters away. So do not use this. Ever. Sure, it improves your FPS some, but the quality sacrifice is way too much. And it won't even improve your FPS as much as it's doing right now. It's because I'm looking into the sky. So, yeah. Hope this FPS tutorial was good. I would recommend It'sJarian and AdamX if you want to do PC optimizations for Fortnite. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This video was, recorded, and I haven't drank in a while. So, sorry if my voice is dry. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.